Hi, and welcome to Communications 2, otherwise known as COMM 202. In this introductory session, we're going to provide you with a basic orientation to the course. Here's what we'll do. The first order of business is to provide you with an overview of how the course will work on Desire to Learn and how that will play out in a typical week of classes. Second, a little bit about Microsoft Teams and what we'll be using it for. Third, some explanation about the due dates for assignments in the course. Fourth, we want to talk about why we place a high importance on peer review, the process of giving and receiving feedback from fellow students. Fifth, we'll use the course outline to give you a brief sketch of what this course covers and how it is both similar to and different from Communications 1. And last but not least, we want to introduce the concept of discourse communities. COMM 202 is based on three interlocking components. There are weekly self-directed readings for you to do and a 1-hour seminar each week. The seminar is an important opportunity to apply what you've picked up from the self-directed learning and to engage both with me and with your fellow students. The support lab is not timetabled but will be available to you on request. Overall, the course is divided into 3 units. Each unit is centered around a major writing assignment. By now, you know that there are both pros and cons to learning online. On the plus side, you can learn from home and you can complete the online readings whenever you like. On the downside, it's more difficult to connect with learning when you aren't there face to face. I promise that I'll do everything possible to engage you in the course, keep you interested, and respond to your questions. Your job is to engage with the content, show up for seminar every week, and complete everything on time. Another way to think about this course is in terms of how a typical week plays out. For you, each week will start by checking out the online module where you will find the weekly self-directed learning. By the way, there are knowledge checks embedded in some of the self-directed learning or SDLs. These are short questions that you'll answer for marks. Some weeks as well, you'll be completing discussion posts. The seminar is on your weekly schedule, and by the way, I will take attendance. And support labs will be held on request. We'll be using Microsoft Teams for doing peer review and as a collaborative workspace for the trend analysis assignment. You'll get notification of the COMM 202 team you are in, and by the way, you don't have to pay for Microsoft Office. Due dates. If you look at the brief outline on our course page, you can see that the second and final drafts of your major assignments are due Sunday midnight on the week they're listed. First drafts of major assignments are usually due at the beginning of the seminar on the week they're listed, and that's because we'll be doing peer review. The knowledge checks we mentioned that are embedded in your self-directed learning are due at the time you complete that learning. Online discussions are also listed on your outline and are due Sundays at midnight. Finally, there will be a series of in-class activities that will be announced and completed in seminar. Now let's talk about peer review because it's something we've built into the DNA of this course. Learning how to offer and receive constructive feedback from your peers is an important part of the writing process, and it's also a great way to become a better writer. Each of your major assignments has peer review as part of the multi-step process toward completion. You'll also be getting practice through online discussions and by reading and responding to each other's posts. Finally, we'll be talking in class about the importance of constructive feedback. You're probably wondering how this course follows on COMM 201. Is it more of the same, or does it have a different focus? Before answering those questions for you, we'd like you to pause the video, find the link for the course outline, and have a good look at it. If you do, the first thing you'll notice is a lot of similarities. Discussion posts, assignments completed in multiple drafts, online reading. But there are important differences. For instance, even though you'll be completing discussion posts, you're going to choose the theme for your posts. You'll also see a major difference in the major assignments. They're more analytical. They're closer to the kind of communications that will be expected of you in your workplace. And that leads us to the most important difference between the two courses. COMM 201 was a course about building the foundations of communication skills. COMM 202 builds on that foundation and helps you learn how to communicate in a variety of professional situations. Before we go, we want to drop a new idea in your lap, and that is the idea of a discourse community. Quite simply, it's any group of people who share a common goal and have specialized ways of communicating with each other. You're going to be choosing one that you are involved with to be the topic of your discussion posts. Here's a list of discourse communities just to get you thinking, and you can pause the video here and look this over if you wish. Thanks for listening in. Here's what you need to do next. Read the SDL content for this week and start reviewing instructions for your different assignments.